welcome to For the Love of Making Books. This is episode 6 of the Watercolour Junk Journal, and we have secured the signatures. They're nice and secure. The spine is hidden here. So now I have just put in some things that maybe we can add. I'm going to go and put this as my cover plate. So it's just a real matter of adding some things. And this is Fabri-Tac tack glue, or sometimes we get it when you order it and it's called Fabri-Tac, other times it's 3-in-1. So I did make the decision of going ahead and covering the French Revolution, lectures on the French Revolution, so not sure what I'll do with that one yet. So this was the Watercolour Lavender, and I just felt it was a wee bit small, so I mounted it onto some avocado dyed paper. I'm just going to make it a side pocket. Just putting something in the front that indicates maybe what it is. And I just have distributed some things throughout the journal. So I was going to put that in as a belly band. Some of these watercolour images or techniques are very, very simple. I'm neither an artist or a watercolourist, so if I can do it, anybody can do it. So we'll come through and put some things into it later. This is just the first go through, so I was thinking of putting this guy down here. So my technique of doing it is sort of grabbing it on the two sides that you don't want glued. Just hold it for a bit. Now, of course, I looked at these and put them in and I've forgotten. I think I was going to put page tabs at the top because there's a little bit of space top and bottom, so sort of halfway, I think. I'm not sure what I painted that on. Feels like just copy paper, or a bit stronger than copy. So I'm prepared to put things up at the top of the page, just to even extend them slightly. This one doesn't match, so I'll just... Okay, so maybe if you saw the putting together of the signatures, I'm just going to take that loose bit out. I folded up the music paper because it was too long. So I'm going to put, maybe some of you saw me putting together these little strips. I have far too many for this particular journal, so it was going to actually take it right in there. I've started to use them on other things, like this little dictionary page, just trimming it out, and there's another one trimmed out just for other projects. And then probably should have done this first. Maybe do it this way. Just close this pocket up. I did have another idea for these little, especially the square ones, putting little brads on them. If you use this 3-in-1 or Fabric-Tac, you're always rubbing your fingers. So I thought this thought struck me, they looked like a little set of drawers, and I put tiny little brads in them, so I'm not sure where I'll use those. Maybe in this journal, or maybe not. So I'll just leave that until another time. So I was going to put that there. Just, I was thinking, if this is a watercolour journal, you sort of think, oh, everything has to be watercolour, but we're not so much of I'm not so much of a purist that I can't put a bit of ink as well when I feel it needs it. Just decorating this envelope, little watercolour touches. So I was going to put this here. Let me give that away. Just very little ink there left on that. So this is just a generic little plant. I think it's coming time to set this on its side. Put it on this side. And it's sticking to fabric there, so it's coming into its own. So I did have a difficulty with this washi tape. I'm just no fan of washi tape. It's such a plasticized finish. I know you get better ones. I got better ones one time. But they still are a very plastic finish. Right, I'm just trying to measure where I need to go. So I think there's definitely a style of art that washi tape has its place. And there's some beautiful washi tapes. So I'm just tucking it in there, and hopefully I've judged the glue correctly. Maybe put this, sort of lifted this together. Get this washi tape down, I might have to. So the last time I did, I think it was a cross landscape, was it? Yeah. So maybe do something different this time. I had thought about going right down there, but I don't know whether I really want all that. to have to stick down all that loose stuff. So I'm just going to stick it here. This is tuck. Right, I'm into the second signature and I'm at about 10 minutes or so. Okay, I think I showed you this one. This looks quite nice on the brown. I did do another watercolour geometric sort of shape, although this is supposed to be fields. I don't think that's what it looks like at the moment. I've still got some outlining and things. I was thinking of making that into some wee flip overs and things. I just prefer, you know, the flowers. Although, saying that, I do like these, you know, these little things here. I suppose that's geometric. So that's another belly band. So I was going to do another upward page tab. Wish I could remember what I'd painted that on. Right, I'm going to try and either decide, maybe go a wee bit further over. Sorry about all the rubbing, but I'm no big fan of glue on my fingers. Okay, so I'm just going to go for the other side of this envelope with this black one. So to about there. You can see I've painted that. I don't think I explained that in episode 5, but I did paint on cardstock as well. So that's just a remnant from a Stamperia pack. So that will cover at least some. I might just come back with, overshot the glue for sure. I'll let that dry. I'll come back and put a bit of glitter glue there. I have it in this little pot, but I don't know, they're great little tools, those, but I'm constantly changing them and washing them out. This is one waiting to be washed as well. So I hope I'm not overshooting the camera. I have it in a slightly different position, so I maybe put this one here because I had a bit of I inked it and then evidently closed it up. So I'll maybe make it a pocket like that. Seems to have missed a bit there. Probably was this photo, vintage photo one rather than the frayed burlap. I don't know why it makes any difference there. This feels nice, getting all your things that you've been making and planning into your journal. So into the last one. So I thought I had only 4 of those, or 3 of those. I must have had 4. Right. then I'm going to lift it up to see what position I get it in. So maybe more towards this side. And just check my glue line. And I had this for here. So these little tabs, sorry I moved everything, I had covered an address or blotted out address or name or something on that envelope, and the fabric didn't really cover it completely, so take two. And then if anybody who makes junk journals, there's still a wee patch of it there, but we'll cross that bridge later. Anybody who makes junk journals know that everybody starts giving you every coloured envelope they ever get, which is fine. I use them in junk journals, I make notebooks with them. I'm just going to overhang this a little bit. I'll turn it over and see what it looks like from the other side. I might actually, thinking this just now, that it might look out for another piece on the other side. That's not long enough. I'll do that off camera. So we'll cut that. And it's moving. It's just these pages are a wee bit shorter. So it just helps to extend them a little bit. Not sure what I was thinking here. I feel as if that's, we'll maybe take that one out and think that one through again. Cover up homework. Dreaded word for every teacher. It has to be given, but then it has to be marked. So I'm trying to get my, although with this here it doesn't really matter. Any way up would do. It's just making a wee tuck there of some kind. Maybe put this one down here. Put a bit on the page, but we'll get that off. And that's the middle of the last signature. Okay, so this is a tuck. I've never seen a cardinal, red cardinal in the flesh, so forgive me if it's not terribly accurate. Little fox, so that was on the right hand page to the left. I feel like I would like to, just for a change, but it feels like a lot of work. And it would come through. I'm not sure how I would go about that, let me see. So, will we go right to the edge? Maybe not. So that's to that hole there. do have a wee bit of time with this silicone glue. Okay, hopefully that works. Doesn't leak. I love the texture of watercolour paper, and then that Kuretake paint. Such a beautiful finish on it. I think I was going to let this stick up too, but let's see. Oh, I don't think it matters where it is positioned. So this is just painted on Jane Austen book. I'm trying to think. Is it Mansfield Park? Let me just check my glue. Oh, I've gone too far up there. That's just a water wipe, which is probably going to stick to it as well. Okay, I think this one's the one going in. So I know I'm not doing much, I'm talking, but there's plenty of talkers on YouTube if you're people who are so good at it. This is the way I did it the last time, isn't it? Just going to snip that little extra bit off. Right, nearly there. And this one I'm not actually going to do now because I have to reinforce it. I had thought about putting it in the front cover, but as you can see it says appendix, so I thought it might be quite nice at the back, and I'm sort of not sure whether I want to just stick it flat down as a pretend appendix, faux appendix, or whether I want to reinforce it and make it into a place to put extra paper. So someday I'll be finished and we'll start loading it up with different little pieces of paper. But I'll just let this dry now, and I hope you enjoyed the first sweep through. And you have to go again. I'm still making other things. I mean, these could actually go into it as well, because there is watercolour on it. I had sort of pulled this page out because it said on it florist, and further up here floral. No, there's floral there, but it didn't come to the front. This one, botany. I ended up, this is what gave me the idea to put the strip here, is because it said a word there that maybe wasn't part of the vibe. So, you know, those could go there. So that's the way I do it. I go through with a sweep of different things, just let them dry. You can see the little, because we do have a bit of space here. Let them dry and come back with, maybe just leave this open, come back with a second wave. Plenty of things here still that need to be used up. I have been experimenting, painting on dictionary pages, but of course I can't just steal it now. And every time you paint on dictionary, you come back to say, oh, And let me just paint on my watercolour paper because it's so beautiful. This, I mean, I resisted buying expensive water paper for so long, but this is small. It's 7 by 8 or 18 by 12.5 centimeters for those in metric zone. But this is really lovely too. Just the texture and the way the paint. Everything, every tutorial that you maybe want to follow and you think, oh, I can't do that, it doesn't work out for me. It's most, well, in my humble opinion or my limited experience, it's the paper. And definitely the 100% cotton paper is really nice. Now, I didn't get all the things I use in the watercolour. I didn't get them all at once. I got the Kuretake paints first, and then I got some Princeton brushes, and then I got this Megan watercolour paper. So you'll probably be seeing some other things. I've done a lot of trims, tucks, pockets, tabs, maybe some embellishments. So I'd like to do some other things like flip outs, just things like that. So thank you for watching episode 6 of the Watercolour Journal.